Is it 2017 again? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series YCS Nationals Competitive Meme Review. Guys, we haven't done this properly in a long time, but we had a lot of competitive action over the course of this last weekend. Triff Gaming went on a quest. Joshua Schmidt might still be in. MBT put up a performance of a lifetime. And of course, Dracotail was completely unplayable after the ban list, right? So I streamed the entirety of the event over on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Farfa. Hit the follow button. And I only really skimmed over day one, but things got off to a good start from what I could see. Picture this. It's game 2. You're down a game after a decisive defeat from... Set. Look! Set! Look! Set! But you see, not all hope is lost. Siding is complete, and you need a savior to come and bring you out of the darkness and get that reverse 2-0 sweep. You check your opening hand, and like a divine light from the darkness, you have opened Habakiri. What could go wrong? Christian activates pre-prep, thinks long and hard after not being able to find a Mitsurugi mirror in his deck before, lo and behold,
that actually is going to be a game-ending penalty, so there's the handshake.
Shit. I mean, at least the day 1 Genesis features were alright. DZeef managed to finish up the event at 17th placed and just missing out on Top Cut. A very respectable finish for a guy who spins wheels for a living. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players before the invention of the wheel.
Welcome to Master Saga Square. Each week, MBT, Nim and I will open packs to help build our decks. This time though, our secret pack choices are randomly determined by Square.
Wait, DZeef's real name is Doug? Let's see how the other Master Saga competitors performed this weekend. Now, the funny thing about these events is you will find people playing all kinds of shit. Just the most random things squished together in a dying attempt to bring out some sort of competent rogue strategy. Anything at all really works together in this day and age. What deck could this person possibly be playing? That's right. This is a branded player. It's a branded player. Now, this is from the official Konami blog, by the way, for the YCS Columbus feature matches or deck breakdown after like day 2 or something. I don't know if they're just using AI to scrape all this data, but we have subdivided 1 million branded decks, by the way. We've got branded Archmage, Despia branded, Bestial branded, Dogmatica branded, branded Cooltoon, Despia Bestial branded. What are we doing here? Do you know what branded Sky Striker actually is, by the way? Do you think it's Alibur and Fusion and Lost and High Spirits with a small Ray package? Are we synchro summoning with Rose, trying to climb up into Dissipator? No, it's just Fallen on the Virtuous. That's the brand. That's the branded engine. You know how people complain about the branded agenda and how everything is trying to become woke and branded? This is what we mean. Everything is branded. Konami commentator Leonard Coding, almost managing to take the entire thing down, goes to the French National Championship wearing, is that a Bayern shirt? I think that's a Bayern shirt. And who does he look up to for his inspiration with his Sky Striker strategy? That's right, a signed copy of Solemn Accusation in the Top Cut. By Triff Gaming, a signed copy. Found this phone at the French National. Anyone know whose this is? Is it confidence or is it arrogance to have yourself winning a YCS as your own lock screen wallpaper? Alright, let's talk about the Triff drama. Our story begins with a washed up unks plural, who began some beef with the French. Now, as a history major, I do have to point out that the last time Germans got involved with French drama, Triff has been talking mad smack about Europeans and the French for months now, saying we're all bad and not as good as NA, which culminated into a challenge of win French Nationals. And oh boy, what a challenge this was. The biggest biggest national championship in all of Europe. 3,200 plus attendees. That is absolutely massive. That was double the size of YCS Columbus. And well, he almost did it. Triff managed to make it all the way to top 8, losing only to the reigning world champion. That's impressive, no matter which way you cut it. Honestly, it's a good thing he didn't win, because otherwise we'd have to suffer.
Bro, I'm still the best player in France. The only duelist who could defeat Triff Gaming was an American.
The
had to get the world champion to stop me from becoming the French national champion. Let's go! Cool Toon Bastard!
The greatest tragedy in all of this, of course, was he isn't going to be able to take his prize money and use this towards his Turkish trip.
I told myself, when I win this, I'm going to take the prizing and go to Turkey and get a new hairline like Emre. But now, it's time for the Kratos arc. There will be no Turkey trip.
Julian would then go on to the finals and tragically misses out on the opportunity to become a world and a national champion. That game is the longest ever recorded competitive Konami-sanctioned event duel feature match ever. It is 99 minutes long, almost clocking at a triple digit, 100 minutes of pure back and forth Cool Toon versus branded gameplay. The last feature match I remember being this long was like an hour-and-a-half long Monarch mirror featuring Patrick Hoban from 2016 back in like the ARGs, which isn't an official sanctioned event, but I don't even think that was as long as this game here. That was an unbelievable final. Next, drama clip. Now, Genesis is here to stay, unfortunately. And I know that this might come as a shock to you all, but I'm quitting Genesis. I stopped playing 8 months ago. Jokes aside, I don't care about Genesis. It's not for me. I'm not interested. So it's whatever. Not much to talk about, right? However, the problem with Genesis is them forcing us to watch it in place of the advanced current format. In Swiss, we had Shunping versus Aditya. It was skipped over for a Genesis match. To be fair, we weren't missing much. They skipped over Jeff Jones versus Jesse Cotton. Jeff Jones versus Jesse Cotton. A titanic clash, and instead we got... We got a Mimigo mirror match. What does a Mimigo mirror match look like? I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Bleh, I don't want to watch a Mimigo mirror. Shut the fuck up! Shut up! I don't care what you want. Fuck you! Sorry that a fan favorite deck is competitively viable in a format somewhere. Shut the fuck up! I much prefer the deep nuances of a Game 2 Perulia getting negated by Ash Blossom. Ooh! Epic!
Okay, jokes aside, can I just give you guys the objectively correct take here? Just have multiple streams. They literally have multiple cameras running at the same time. Just make another Twitch channel. Pokemon does it. One for VGC, one for TCG, one for... What's the other one? Okay, there's 3 streams. You can just tune into whichever one you're interested in and want to watch. If there was a Genesis stream and an advanced stream, then maybe Peeps and all of these Genesis supremacists would shut the fuck up. No, that guy can never be happy.
It's the easiest meme to do! Who cares? Shut up!
On the competitive side of things, we saw another goated matchup. It was Dominic Couch versus Mr. Master Duel himself, Ryan Yu. This game 1 was pretty decent. A fairly back and forth, fun and interesting duel. Ryan manages to come out on top after some interesting, unique game states, like double loudness war protection, being outed by like Lemnis Gate, and then clapped back by Dominic Couch, and it takes us into game number 2, and we're ready and set for an epic battle, right? Well, Couch goes rotary effect and then activate double prohibition for the hand he just saw. Now, listen, it makes sense in hindsight, but I've never seen anyone do this until now. Prohibition in the Big 26. This is like the shit you see in Macedo Ranked, where people just go Prohibition, call Ash Blossom, and then proceed to do some table 500 combo. Well, with the existence of a side deck, that's very possible and good. Especially that rotary card that everyone keeps complaining about. And then game 3, we had, well, probably one of the fastest feature matches of all time.
A set 2 pass from Ryan is not what you want to see here. Body to Dominic.
Do you know who's famously a dragon and a tuner? Hydraulis Harmonia. What a great choice with the Bestial Magnamut, but we're going to get the Cool Toon there. We'll be stuck with the Ash Blows, but there's the call by, there's the handshake.
Remember, people defend Call by the Grave, by the way. And everyone's favorite, best, tier 0, unbelievable, broken, undefeated deck man list profile guy himself, Itipat Arunavasiri, aka Team Samurai Sex 1, making it to another top cut spot finish with Dooms. They're calling it Dooms. They said Dooms on... It's not Doomsy, by the way, or Doomzed if you're British. It's called Dooms, technically, according to the official broadcast. He managed to take this deck all the way to top 8, calling himself Dr. Doom in the process. And one of the other biggest events we had to cover this weekend was the Bolivian National Championship, which was... very watchable. Shoutouts to Ready for Duel for sending me the stream. I did try to watch this, but I mean, it's just, this camera was You know, maybe Konami can invest in some LATAM events. Please, Konami, can you get a production crew in LATAM? Like, it is such a wasted opportunity because of how many good players are over there, and we just don't get to see any action. And onwards to the finals of YCS Columbus, it was Jesse Cotton versus Lucas Sacco, both amazing players. Jesse, a legend of the game, trying to obtain his 9th, not 3rd, not 4th, not 7th, 9th YCS victory. And what an absolute crazy duel and clash this was. Oh, and also, he was playing Draco Tail. Remember the deck that everyone said was taken out back and killed? Draco Tail. Arthalion was in a deck list, and it wasn't a side event. Taking it chill this weekend. Not trying too hard, so not gonna post updates. If I get into a groove and have some good luck, maybe I'll post tomorrow. The positive potato. I may be a tiny potato, but I believe in you. Go do your thing. Comic Sans ass font. Just a chill, casual 9th YCS win, huh? Just light work. All in a weekend away with the boys. This game had us on the edge of our seat for the entire time we were watching this live. Again, on my Twitch channel, Farfa, where you should go follow. It was just such an incredible back and forth watching a branded mirror. And listen, I'm not here to... You guys know how I feel about branded. The deck is cool and stuff. The community, the players who play, but worst people... I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Moderately annoying community, but the deck produced some of the most entertaining gameplay. There was a couple of misplays from both players. Jesse didn't know a critical ruling. There was an opportunity for him to OTK in game number 2 by tributing off Fallen of the White Dragon and using Lucas's Fallen of the White Dragon to make Alba Lenitus and swing for game with Amir Jade banishing the Ecclesia. And so a very specific ruling came up. Forbidden Crown says you cannot use the monster as material for a fusion summon. However, the summoning condition of Alba Lenitus is a send to perform a special summon. Kind of like Chimera Tech Fusion Dragon, I want to say, Fortress Dragon. But regardless, despite this mishap, there was a chance that Jesse wasn't going to win after all, despite this critical error. The game 3 was incredible by itself with an unbelievable back and forth. You should go back and watch that genuinely. It's one of the best feature matches around. Both players not playing perfectly and optimally, but still incredibly entertaining. And Jesse, unfortunately, sadly, steals Lucas Sacco's dream of a YCS trophy away and obtains his 9th YCS victory. This boy's gonna be hitting double digits soon. This deck was so incredible to watch because you just do like the bunch of branded plays and then you have even more pushes with Ketu Rahu. Oh my god, dude, it was like... Draco Tail really is broken, apparently. You were all right before this ban list. You were all correct to complain about Draco Tail, apparently. And the metagame looked fairly diverse. It's quite a mix-up here. We've got, obviously, a lot of Cool Tune and a lot of Branded, but there's all kinds of other things in the works here. There is Mitsurugi, which actually won the Swiss rounds. First place at YCS Columbus was Mitsurugi, undefeated. There's even Radiant Typhoon, which was also a Genesis deck, you know, yesterday's gameplay today. By yesterday, we mean the round before. Sorry, I apologize. There's Pure Power Patron by Jeff Jones in top 16. Fairy Tale, that Witchcrafter, Slop, Spellcaster, Turbo pile that everyone has been scared of for the last like 4 months after all that support, that managed to take a top cut spot. Will be interesting to see if that does anything else into the national season. And for the French national champion, there's so much data to still be collated because it's 3,200 people, so I think top 64 is going to matter, not just the top 32. Of course, the new rules by Konami's, you know, tournament structure says that top 8 technically is the only top cut that matters, in the sense that that's what advances on to be the potential winner. But of course, people will still be interested to see what can perform and get X3 or X4 after 15 rounds, right? It's still an impressive feat. So lots of Cool Tune here, but you know, still like literally 50 other deck lists to collect. So we keep an eye on this and see how this plays out. But so far, there's a lot of Cool Tune there. So it'll be interesting to see how this meta develops, especially with some of these more peripheral kind of maybe meta decks like Pure Power Patron and the Spellcaster pile. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of, I say another, it's been actual years since I did this. So big shout out to anyone who contributed. Guys, if you want to see more of this content, then please consider dropping me a follow on Twitch, because I do watch the events live, and I have you contributing into the Discord channel, discord.gg/Farfa, where you can post clips and timestamps of all relevant things that happen at events that will be interesting to watch. And until next time, adios.
Oh, I thought and from events and years, how it went down. I did nothing wrong, and I did nothing wrong whatsoever. I got banned. I didn't even know I got banned.